Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Bryce Young, preseason, week 3, locked in, long one here. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. The link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. All right, Bryce Young, the Panthers, preseason, week 3. First one here to the bottom, a little slantish. Nice separation, a little push off. Good chunk. So appreciate the separation, y'all. Not going to see a lot of it this game. Gets the ball out of his hand, right up on him. Again, plays the position just toesy, like Drew Brees back in the day. Okay, if I harp on it, I'll mention it every throw. But I think it's worth acknowledging. The dude just plays toesy. He's able to generate enough torque and have enough precision to throw that thing and put that thing exactly where he wants. I would guess you read this thing bottom of the screen. This little slant, we'll call it, or under. So, boom, here, 1, probably here, 2, to the tight end coming at you, coming across. And I think everything else is working back across this way. So, again, nice little easy kind of left to right-ish vibe. I love getting easy completions like this early. Whoop. Nice chunk, again, running towards our end zone, staying on the move, good man beater. Get the ball out of your hands quickly. Don't put a lot of stress on the offensive line. Right up on him. Let's go. Next one here, little mesh railroad. Get meshy. Okay, for all you cert fans out there, it looks like he alerts it too. Interesting. Middle field closed-ish. We're going to get that rail to the back. No. Yes to the shallow. Okay, now 19. He does some things in this video that I'm not a huge fan of. This is one of them. Kind of slowing down as you look is not for me. Now, Bryce Young makes it work here perfectly, but watch him come across on the shallow, and as soon as he looks right there, in my opinion, he's got to keep running full speed. So he's on the left running the shallow. As soon as he looks, you got to run, dog. See him kind of slow up. Now, maybe he just like throttles, but for me, once I see them look, I expect them to keep that same gait. So no, boom. And again, Bryce Young just so good at playing point guard back there, little easy flicks. Yeah, I feel like everybody knows this concept, but we'll draw it up regardless here. You're trying to get the ball to the back on the rail, and then you're going to get meshy with the tight end. So and this is something, I literally think they call it railroad at Miami for Bryce Young. So he definitely knows how to play this play. There's the rail. That's 1. The mesh part of this thing is usually one of these interior guys coming across. It can be over the top. And then from this side, we're going to get the underneath part of it. And here's where the ball should go. Versus zone, you throttle up. Versus man, you keep running. It's usually paired with a deep hook over the ball. And then you can either have like an in corner stop. There can be something on the super backside, or you can have like one-off cuts here. You can do, almost like alert or option for whatever that backside route is. But you can see here, no to the back up top, corner sit there, right on him. Boop. So just nice, easy 1, 2. Everything's coming right into your vision. Right guard takes an L, but he's able to buy enough time, just kind of keep his feet alive, put that thing right on him. When I would say 19, doesn't make it easy on Young here with how he kind of plays this thing, but we're able to sort it out, put it on him, completion. Next one here. Really great change of direction from Bryce Young. First of all, the design. We're going to start 3x1. We're going to shift to 2x2 condense. Then we're going to motion, this kind of fly motion to get to essentially 1x3 nub. We're going to naked keeper to the bottom. The sneak flat gets knocked off, and Bryce Young just puts a ridiculous move on the edge defender. Maybe get down at the end, don't take an unnecessary hit. But this is elite change of direction. Whoop! Watch the head fake too on the ball fake here. Watch him put his hand out. Now I'd love to see his offhand on his core. But right there, see the head fake too? So he gives a little head nod. Okay. Oh, and then that move right there. Oh, goodness gracious. Nice effort from 41 though to keep going. But my goodness, do him dirty. So again, the design part of it, I think, is worth recognizing. Okay, so anytime, I'm a big fan of shift motions. Okay, we're going to start in 3x1 and we're going to shift to 2x2 condense. That's just the eligibles, right? So now we've got 2 eligibles on each side. Condensed means they're tight formation. We're then going to motion, this kind of like fly motion, to be able to get to 1x3. So now we've only got 1 eligible down here, and he's a nub. He's an inline tight end, and 3 eligibles up top. So we go from 3x1 to 1x3. Now the part that makes this play not work, or parts of play that I don't love, is this guy right here. You can't get knocked off. Now it doesn't mean that it's always on him. Sometimes the defensive line can penetrate this thing. So if they penetrate and knock you off here, and now you can't get into the flat area, well, we're trying to get the ball to you. This guy is the one. So that's a problem. So little cheats, especially you can get away with it like the high school level, is just start back here. No one's really going to notice. Maybe in the league they'll notice, but lower levels of ball, you can cheat back so then you don't get knocked off. This technique I'm used to calling elephants on parade. Elephants on parade up front for those guys essentially means they can do whatever they want sideways. You just can't get penetrated or gapped. You're running sideways towards the sideline, looking for work, looking for violence up front. The other part that I don't love about this play, and then this is just me, is you essentially burn 2 people. So you burn the back and 15. So you're kind of overselling as opposed to having another vertical option down the field. Then the sneak flat gets knocked off, and now Bryce Young has to go make like a miracle play to get a handful of yards, and he takes an unnecessary hit from the back. So watch 81 get knocked off. See the left guard get gapped. So you get penetrated right there, boom, knocks you off. And now little tricks of the trade, especially at lower levels of football, is on these naked keepers, you can tighten down your split so you don't get gapped up front. O-line school, you're welcome. Nice fake, amazing change of direction. Get vertical, just get down. Oh, right there, get down, man. We don't need that extra cut for whatever, 2 or 3 yards. Yo, watch out. Next one here, 3rd and 2. Bryce Young, take it yourself. Now, the perimeter for Carolina. Y'all got to win. Someone's got to win. There's no one creating any sort of space down the field. So now Bryce Young's got to go do it himself. He can do it himself. He's got a little bit of fast enough vibes. I don't necessarily think he's a guy we're going to run the quarterback with, but he can create, certainly. I mean, woo! Look at this shoulder shimmy. Give you some. Dip. Out of there. Now, I think we've got to start questioning, or I'm going to be questioning what the hell we're doing schematically. This looks like we're trying to take a shot right here to what I'm going to call like a choice double move. So you kind of, 3rd and 2, I'm often thinking we're going to get some sort of like vertical. Really, it doesn't matter what it is. If this is a shallow, these are essentially glorified clears. So clear, and then we're going to have like an option or a choice by this third guy. So he can come up and kind of do whatever he wants, in, out, maybe to the post. This looks like he takes, but the thing about this is it's a slow release. It doesn't happen fast because you got to let these guys clear. So as you slow this thing, to come out here and run a double move off this takes forever. And I don't think this is a news flash that this can't, he's not fast compared to NFL guys right now. And that, just look how slow this is up top. You're like, Jesus, go, bro. And so just asking him to do that, probably not that fair. Now, if he had a post on or something right here, like a short post, that thing would be a big hit. But wow, nothing there. And then you come off, say, okay, we don't like that. What about down here to the bottom? In, nothing. Shallow, nothing. I mean, whatever the hell the other guy's supposed to be running up top on the outside, the number one on the bunch, nothing. There's nothing there. That's oh God. So now we're making another play on someone in the backfield and go get it ourselves. So just, putting it out there. We're asking a lot of a young guy to kind of throw it to no one who's open, go make plays and make people miss in the backfield. Every single other play is going to be a difficult recipe for success. Next one here, just a nice little quick, what I'm going to call a stick to the number 3. This is shock to the bottom in my experience. And when you catch middle field open, it's not a great concept. And you got to get the ball to the stick. So no, boom, right on the stick. And again, decisive, helping out that offensive line, getting the ball out quickly. So shock to me is the play that the LSU, whatever year Joe Burrow just ripped the world apart, made famous, where it's inside fade. That's where you're trying to go, locked hitch, and then kind of a stick route right here. And so to me, it's a middle field closed concept. We want closed to be able to throw shock, and really you want almost like press man out here. If if it's cover 3 zone, it's not that great. Occasionally, you could say versus like 2-man, it would be a good look if you throw like back shouldery. But once this thing goes to open here, to me, you really only have this stick if you're going to stay down here consistently. Maybe versus quarters, you'd have the locked hitch, but you don't see the locked hitch thrown a lot on shock. So no, you see the safety get to open. It looks like closed pre-snap, right? Run to open, get it to the stick. Again, I mean, you tell me, man, I don't want to keep picking on 19, but whatever the hell this is in the slot, this looks like a joke. That looks like a walk-through route from someone who's just learning football. Not for me. Regardless, Bryce Young, I think he's going to have to do this. Get the ball out of his hand quickly, just distribute on to the next. Next one here, little play action scissors up top. He ends up getting it to the check down. They rock and roll the safeties. No down the field. Okay. I think the check down just flashes here. Okay. Take a shot on the sideline too. I think in a perfect world, and if he had to do this over again, he'd work the backside in. Again, I'm not mad at him getting the ball out of his hands, getting a completion. It's hard to complain about stuff like that. But, the first thing to recognize just defensively how they're scoring this thing out is if they're going to rock and roll the safeties, so back, and now he's down, and we essentially are running what I'm used to calling a scissors concept. So you're going to get 2 verticals here, the outside guy to the post, the underneath guy to the sail to the corner. It's often going to be paired on the backside with an in, and you can read this thing usually right to left or all the way across the field. And I just feel like, if you don't like this one, or you don't like this alert, I totally don't like the alert, but don't like this one, it's tight coverage. I think they do a nice job sorting out the mesh. Yes, this thing, might flash on you because of how they rock and roll the safeties and that guy's just so far off. But man, it would be nice to kind of hit your back foot, have enough time to go, no over here, yes right here. And again, I acknowledge it's easy with a clicker in hindsight, but just as we continue to see the development from Bryce Young, yes, the check down's there. Yes, it's wide ass open. The in is there too. And just being able to play the play within the structure of the system, how they're asking you to do it. Only they know how they're asking them to do it. But I think it's one of those things you can learn from the film to say, oh man, if I would have kept through my read, we might have gotten a bigger chunk down the field. But again, hard to complain too much when you're getting completions, getting good yardage. Next one here, a little RPO gone wrong, RSO gone wrong. He's going to go to pull it, and we're not going to be able to have the throw down here to the bottom. The corner pierces it, and he essentially does the perfect thing. You immediately throw it right to the feet of the screen runner. So it's not there. Boom. You can see that the run might have been a decent hit as well. But as he goes out here, watch the corner down here to the bottom pierces the number 2. Boop. So he eats that thing up. You think, oh God, he's going to 6 me to the house. So you go to throw it. It's not there. Now you can hold on to the ball. What you can do is you can either run it yourself, which we don't want to do probably with Bryce Young, or you throw it at the feet of the screener. And you just have to make sure it's a forward pass, which it is right there, as opposed to where 12 is. That might be backwards. So I just like the decision here, the decisiveness. It happens really fast, and he looks like he's got answers. So I want the screen. It's not there. Feed. That fast. So the way he's able to kind of process this and play, no, feed. No penalty. Clean. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I really appreciate you subscribing, so thank you for doing that. Again, Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member. We also have Quarterback School courses. This is by far the most in-depth, detailed, nuanced content that I provide. Really deep dives on all of my favorite football subjects, RPOs, pass protection, tempos. The best-selling course is the How to Beat Every Coverage course, and then we have an entire offensive system available as well. Get over there, check out those courses, links in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available if you're interested in any of those, also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, a little drive out. So the slot is running an out. The outside is running a must outside release go. I like the vision here. I like everything except the throw. Again, when he misses it, it's always going to feel toesy to me. I acknowledge the fact that he plays the position this way. I just think he overcomes it most of the time. Right here, he doesn't. And it's not necessarily just because he's toesy. I just feel like he bounces around and it's obvious to see. But this play here, must outside release go. Here's the out part of it. Okay? And then on the backside, a basic or an in with a drive route. Zone, settle, man, keep running. So the read here, most oftentimes, is an alert, 1, and then different teams read this different ways. We'll just say 2, 3. Now, the alert for me is normally press man, middle field closed. Okay, but if you get a cloud corner, which they get right here, and this cloud corner is sitting on this out, well, now this becomes like a honey hole shot. And I think it's there. I think he anticipates it. It just comes out high and hot. So we get a half field safety. We get that cloud corner. We try to hit that hole shot, and we just can't get it. And so it's a good idea. I like it, especially in the preseason. I love it. It just comes out a tick high. And again, it comes out with a little bit of a weird trajectory, almost like the wrong club. Like that's more 7-iron-ish, and I'm looking for more of like a, 3-iron. Little wood maybe, just drive that thing. But you can see if it wasn't there, you don't want to throw the out into a cloud corner. You've got the shallow coming and he settles up. And then the check down the other way. This is a staple play in the league, man. I love this play. Loved it for a long time. One of my favorite plays to call at any level. But right there, the whole shot, close to being a big hit. Again, I like this kind of vision, being able to see it. Everything except the hit. And again, you just watch his feet. It looks like he almost like gets going before his lower half. Like it just doesn't look as smooth and as fluid as he normally looks. And like, you can get through that throw. Get through that throw, drive that thing, put it right where you want. Whoop. High, hot, miss. Next one here, 3rd and 10. We're going to get a little stop route up top. Now it's an incomplete. It's a penalty, but A is all over the place. Anticipation. Great rhythm that he's playing with. Super decisive. This is open in the NFL. This is why I think it's helpful to watch the all-22. These are good decisions. And so when we pause this thing here at the top, watch when he goes to throw this thing at the top. Hits that back foot, quick reset. He's throwing that. He's separated right there. This is open in the NFL. And just let it sink in. This is exactly where you want to go. It's 3rd and 10. We got forever to go get a first down here. Stop route to me again is at the top of this thing. He's coming back down his stem. So you can anticipate where he's going to be. Put that thing up out there. Let him go get it. Get you a first down or make it a 4th and real short. It's a great job of playing the play. And again, that's a perfect throw. If he doesn't get grabbed, that hits him right in the hands for a first down. I love it. I love the anticipation. I love the decisiveness. This is, I think, what Bryce Young has done really well for a long time. Whoom. Perfect. Next one here, a little play action double crossers. Okay, so a few things we're going to talk about here. The first thing is that there's just nowhere to go with the ball. And this to me is as much a coverage sack as anything. You'd love for the back to get out and not get grabbed right here, but there's nothing down the field. I think NFL defenses have started to get even better at sorting out this play specifically. Talk about this play a lot on the channel. I think of it as just double crossers. To me, whoever's the underneath player. So we got 2 crossers like this. Whoever's the underneath of the 2 is usually the guy who's trying to get the ball. They're trying to get the ball, so you get almost like a pseudo rub somewhere. But if you have 3 defenders back here, so you've got the safety at the very top, he's kind of essentially the extra player, and then these 3 players are basically sorting out those 2 routes. So you've got coming out this way, coming out this way. And if you stay 2 over 1 and 1 over 1, you probably want to throw it to the 1 over 1, but you're hoping for the leverage and the runaway and the speed. Okay, let me say that again. The speed. No one's running away from anybody here. Okay, so that's the part for me where I'm just like, ooh, dog. Okay, where do you want him to throw the ball? Now, again, they do a nice job sorting it out, cutting it off, but whoa. Now, the thing I'm going to say, Okay, and I'm not sure it will happen in the league. If somebody knows somebody on one of these NFL staffs, hint, hint, wink, wink, send this to them. Okay, this is an easy touchdown. And when it happens, I want you to cite your sources. Okay, I want to see this player hit this thing down the pipe. Okay, because these teams are getting so good at sorting this play out, where these guys are guessing and kind of cutting ones off, and they're becoming like an extra player back here. I want to see it will be the same fake. So the quarterback can come out here and fake it like this, but I want to see this tailback hit this thing with the pipe. So essentially, let these guys clear it. So, and if they win, throw it to them for sure. Let them win. So essentially, kind of the timing of this would be go, fake this thing. So fake it, but go full speed, 1,000 miles an hour. Don't let him grab us, and then pipe it. So it's like the new 7-on-7 smash pipe beater, except it's not 7-on-7. It's real football. See how that thing would play out right here. Whoop. Go. Oh, I like it a lot. Someone's going to do it. When they do it, send it to me. I want to see it, and I want them citing their sources in the press conference. Just a little nod, a little wink, wink, gun, gun. Whoop. That would be sweet right there. 41 just piped it right there. Jump around. Ooh, throw it to the O. Okay. Next one, 2nd and 17. Yikes. We're going to go inside fade down here to the slot. Middle field closed. Man, he eventually gets to the correct leverage. The ball is right up on him. Dog, you got to catch contested catches like this. If you're not going to be a burner and your quarterback is going to put it right there, I mean, on your face, looks like it hits you in the face, must catch. I don't care if guy's grabbing you. I don't care, whatever. You must catch. Cannot drop. Oh, my God. So scheme-wise here, this is one of those things where we've talked about the inside fade already in this video. Middle field close, premium look. Now, it's tough because it's not press. You're going to get outside leverage. So you really have to kind of get up and then fight through this leverage and get out here. But if you can get out here, you're going to have all sorts of space if you can run. If you can't run, the guy's going to be right in your hip, and we're going to have to make a contested catch. This is a dot, y'all. We're not going to be able to have a lot of fun in Carolina this year if we can't catch these balls. I think it's a good decision. It's a nice job from Bryce Young, just kind of like finding the time for 19 to take forever on this route. But again, just look at how subtly he moves in the pocket to the open area. And then again, the ball. Come on, man. Drops happen, but come on. Damn. Next one, 3rd and 17. Now, there are no good plays at 3rd and 17. Okay, so a throwaway here is not the end of the world by any means. I personally would probably prefer, that really does go into the front row. That's awesome. I probably would prefer maybe a little bit better of a concept to give us a chance, and or throw this thing a little bit more on time. I don't know where you're going to go with the ball here. That's the first part of it. I don't think there's a great answer. I think if this is the call and you've got to sort it out and you've got this deep corner on right here and we've got this kind of outside leverage, you know, your best option in hindsight is probably the back pylon. Perfect throw, probably still not going to work. In reality, you should probably kind of feel nothing's going to work and come get a completion on one of these short ends. Just get a completion, kick a field goal, a little bit closer, you know, live to fight another day. Don't have to make a circus play every single play. You know, the double end down here is just not going to be there. You know, it's not going to get you a touchdown. It'll get you a completion and a better field goal. But we don't have to make these kinds of like, got to make it plays all the time. That was kind of the takeaway for me on this rep. I don't know where you should go with the ball. If he's looking left, let's just throw it to that number 2 on the short end. You know, if he's looking right, you know, if you want to throw it, throw it. But this like eyes down, okay. I think in the end of the day, it's just a throwaway. Next one here, 1st and 10, little play action. Love hitting the over down here from the bottom, 2x2 condensed. Get the deep flag up top. Over runaway. Okay, that's about as much space as he's going to get on him. Nice little chunk. Okay, certainly not a whole lot of yak after this thing. Again, I love this pass protection. Right on him. Again, you know, catch it and fall. You know, it's not for me, but better than a drop. Again, the concept here, you see a lot of teams running condensed sets like this. The play action element of it, this is essentially a glorified clear to the back flag. trying to get the ball to the over. Would love maybe to get it on him a tick earlier. Would also love for him to catch it and not fall on the sideline. But again, acknowledge the play action element of it, the nice pass protection, creating ways to get chunks with maybe not the fastest group of dudes is going to be a tough kind of creative solution, ongoing all season problem for Carolina. And so finding ways for them to play action, chunk people is probably going to be the way it has to happen. Boop. Another growing pain shot here for me. I really like Bryce Young's anticipation here. Now this looks like a terrible throw. Like who the hell is that to? But to me, it showcases the bones of how he plays quarterback. Great anticipation. Precision with where he's getting the ball out, what the expectations are. I would find it really hard to believe that the wide receiver ran the correct route. And maybe that's just me giving Bryce Young too much credit here. But when you're going to come out here and throw this thing with this much anticipation, so I'll pause it at the back here, but he's letting this thing go early. He's either anticipating this guy to come out flatter or shallower or something. They're not on the same page. So that's the growing pains element of just learning to play together and within the structure that they're running in Carolina. But the anticipation, y'all, look at him. He's separated right there. The number one receiver up top is the guy he's throwing it to. I mean, I love the anticipation, and it's all over the film. It's just how I prefer to watch the game, how I think it's played at the highest level. When you can throw with anticipation and you can kind of create like he creates, it's going to be a special package if they ever put it together. But this is what it looks like when you're not on the same page. It can look like you're out there skipping stones sometimes. Who the hell knows what's going on there. 3rd and 9 here. Nice job from Bryce Young, basically saying nothing's there down the field. No panic. Get vertical. Go get a first down. Get down. Protect yourself. Take a seat. Now maybe work on the sliding. But, for me, there's going to be a lot of this. And it's just the subtle pocket movement. It's the decisiveness to get vertical. Go get a first yourself fast enough. I'll pause this thing at the top. Where do you want him to throw the ball? Okay, the number 319 is getting doubled. The shallow up top, someone's in your hip pocket. The out, someone's in your hip pocket. The go down here to the bottom, nothing. Got some world beaters in Detroit's 3rd unit here. No. Go get it yourself. So not a great sign perimeter-wise for Carolina, separation-wise. But for Bryce Young, watch this subtle pocket movement. Over, vertical, go get it. Just get it yourself. So not necessarily thinking of him as a runner, but he can certainly scramble. So again, just watching the left tackle work. Left tackle gets beat across his face, gets beat inside. Just over, up, no panic, first down, calm, let's go. So I already talked quite a bit about this play action, double crossers. This is what it looks like when you catch zone. So it's a man call. You don't get man, you just check it down. It's a glorified screen. So it's very coverage specific. We're looking for man. We've got 2 runaways. Everyone else is in pass protection. It's not there. Get it down. So really love just the operational element of it here, knowing where the bones are buried on this play. I've already drawn up this play. This is the play I said I want the back to take the pipe eventually. Let those 2 guys clear and take the pipe. Right here, zone. Look at everybody run out. Rodrigo looks like he's going to get a hot dog. He's out of there. Check down. Whoop. Nice job versus Tampa. Just get it down. They're going to play coverage. We can check it down. Live to fight another day. Again. Whoop. No, down. Great timing, rhythm. Let's go. Touchdown pass here. This is a hell of a throw, man. This is world-class anticipation. Again, we're going to bash 19 some. Acknowledge the fact when he does what he does right here, makes a nice catch, finds his way into the end zone. This is world-class anticipation, y'all. Beautiful throw, great accuracy. When's he let this thing go? Separate right there. Look at 19 at the bottom. Shocker, hip to hip. Throw him open. Get in the end zone. Nice little finish right there at the end. There's a lot going on right here. I'm not sure I would say this is my favorite defense by any means, but it's a really nice job from Bryce Young just kind of flicking that thing, playing with amazing anticipation. Now let's see exactly what they're doing defensively. So we started 2x2. We're going to shift to 3x1 bunch. Watch the defense adjust here. So it looks like at the bottom they're just playing man. Now they come over here, 3x1 bunch. Now it looks like they're pressing the point and in and outing the 1 and the 3. So watch the DB coming across 25 right here. He is the guy who looks like he's making the call. So we're going to come back here, and he's going to make this call. Whatever their little fists are, stack and stack. Now, if we were playing Detroit, we would learn this week what this is. But stack, stack, that looks like we're going to come up here, press the point. So now this guy is locked on the 2. And then these two, the corner and the DB coming across right here, are in and outing the 1 and the 3. Okay, so when we go to run these routes, I think they end up running like a shallow across here, and like the 1 ends up running like a return or loop here. And then Thielen comes out here, and he's the one who's running the corner off the inside leverage. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of drawings to say that we are going to run a corner off of inside leverage, which is exactly what we want. And it's kind of cool how he gets there, because he allows the 2 to go first, and then he splits the 1, and then the 1 will replace him right there after that corner runs through. So it's a cool concept. Now, defensively, maybe they're just trying to go 4 over 3, these 4 over these 3 down here, and then the same thing, 3 over 2 up top, these 3 over these 2. But, for me, you get no real safety help. You get Mike help down here to the 3 side. Just tough ask. Either way, at the end of the day, beautiful throw from Bryce Young. Beautiful. World-class anticipation. Whoop! I mean, just soak it in. And the throw, the accuracy, boop, right on his grill. Touchdown. Just really nice to see. Big time hookup. Not the easiest game. It's not going to be the easiest year, if I'm being honest, with the perimeter skill that they have right now. But that's a big time throw and hookup. Touchdown. So that is a wrap. Bryce Young, preseason week 3. A lot to like. A lot to be optimistic about if you're a Carolina Panthers fan. I love the anticipation. I think it's borderline as good as anybody in the league right now, and he hasn't played a real snap yet. He's got all sorts of accuracy, precision, decisiveness, but let's be real. We've got some issues on the perimeter, y'all. There's not a lot of space for us to throw to. There's not a lot of consistent winners. There's almost no one who can go out there and get their own shot as far as being able to create on damn near any one-on-one opportunity. So we're going to have to be creative. We're going to have to see some serious offensive architecture to create chunk opportunities down the field. Definitely thinking, moving the launch point, play action shots, getting creative, all those types of things. It's going to be a long season out there, outside the numbers, being able to create space. So getting creative in that regard is going to really help Bryce Young, in my opinion. But man, I love the anticipation. So excited to see what he looks like this fall. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know who you want to see next. I appreciate your support. I will see you next time. Have a good one.